Hi, I'm Liz. I've been very active my whole life. I'm a health coach, a mom, and I've had asthma since I was 2 years old. Over time, my asthma got worse, but no one really connected the dots, not even me. It took getting seriously sick to realize my treatment hadn't kept up with how much my symptoms had changed. Growing up, I was lucky. My dad was a pediatrician and also had asthma, so I had support early on. I used inhalers when needed, especially before activities like riding horses, dance class, or soccer. And for the most part, I stayed active and managed my asthma well. But things started to shift as I got older, especially after having kids. The constant exposure to viruses, plus a history of respiratory infections, started catching up with me. I was getting sick more often, and my asthma flares became more intense. It reached a point where every virus led to a round of steroids to calm the inflammation. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I had some pneumonia and bronchitis recurring over and over, and that became my new normal. Then I hit a breaking point. I was trying everything I could do to get help, but it felt like no one was listening. But I knew something was wrong. Several visits and follow-up calls to my primary care did not escalate my treatment. I just went to a walk-in clinic so someone would listen to my lungs and prescribe an antibiotic. This also did not provide relief. So then I went back to my specialist, who I should have been seeing all along, but kind of reserved him for those times when things got really bad and I couldn't get out of it. So then I went to see him and he was like, "Why don't you know about these medications that can help you?" That's when I learned about biologics. I started on one and honestly changed everything. I'm sick less often, I have fewer flares, but even with a medical background in my family, I still had to figure a lot of this out myself because asthma doesn't look the same for everyone. And it's easy to settle for just okay when you don't know what better can feel like. It turns out uncontrolled asthma is more common than you might think, even if you're on treatment. So how do you know if your asthma might not be fully under control? Here are some red flags I've learned to watch for. You use your rescue inhaler more than twice per week. You wake up at night due to asthma symptoms. You avoid exercise, work, or social events out of fear of an asthma flare. You've been to urgent care or ER in the past year because of your asthma. You're getting sick often and it's hitting your lungs faster and harder. You're experiencing side effects from your current meds and it's affecting adherence. If this sounds like you, it might be time to reevaluate your treatment plan. At your next doctor's visit, don't hesitate to speak up. And if you're not getting the answers you need, keep asking or get a second opinion. Your experience matters. Don't hesitate to ask, could my asthma be better controlled than it is now? What are my options beyond inhalers? Are there newer treatments I should know about, like a biologic? How do we know my current plan is really working?